How did the Wendy's Twitter account cause the fall of Roman Empire? While many historians believe Rome collapsed due to economic instability, political corruption, and repeated barbarian invasions, newly uncovered social media records suggest the empire may have actually been ratioed to death. In 2017, the Wendy's Twitter account became internationally famous for publicly roasting anyone brave enough to mention it online. Fast food rivals, celebrities, or even random teenagers quickly learned that challenging the Red-Haired Burger Corporation usually ended with their digital execution. But according to several historians who definitely didn't get their degrees from a drive-thru, this strategy wasn't new. It had simply worked once before. To understand what happened, we have to travel back nearly 2,000 years. At its height, the Roman Empire controlled much of Europe, North America, and the Mediterranean. Its roads connected continents, its armies conquered kingdoms, and its senators spent an unhealthy amount of time arguing with one another, proving that internet comment sections had already been invented. The problem for Rome wasn't that the barbarians were getting stronger, it was that Romans kept getting roasted. Ancient historians describe mysterious parchment messages appearing throughout the empire, mocking Roman military defeats, fashion choices, and even Julius Caesar's haircut. While most scholars dismiss these writings as ordinary propaganda, modern archaeologists now believe they were actually screenshots from the official Wendy's account, somehow uploaded 2 millennia too early. The psychological damage was devastating. Entire Roman legions reportedly refused to march after reading replies describing their battle formations as mid. Several governors attempted to respond, only to receive the now infamous message. Imagine losing an empire with that infrastructure. Within weeks, provincial morale collapsed. Emperor after emperor attempted to solve the crisis. Some expanded the army, others raised taxes. One even tried muting the account, only to discover the code tweets had already reached Gaul. Things became even worse when neighboring kingdoms realized they didn't actually have to defeat Rome militarily. They simply had to wait for Wendy's to post. Germanic tribes allegedly delayed multiple invasions until after particularly successful rose threads, knowing Roman soldiers would already be too emotionally exhausted to defend the borders. The Senate convened an emergency meeting to determine who was operating the account. Some blamed the Visigoths, others suspected the Carthaginians somehow survived. One particularly ambitious senator proposed banning sarcasm altogether, a policy historian now recognized as Rome's least realistic piece of legislation. By the 15th century, the empire's economy had become so unstable that citizens were measuring inflation not in coins but in the number of times the emperor got cooked before breakfast. Finally, in 476 AD, the last Western Roman emperor was removed from power. Traditional historians argue this marked the fall of the Roman Empire. Digital historians, however, point out that this was merely the moment Rome finally logged off. If there's one lesson we can learn from this chapter of history, it's that no civilization, no matter how powerful, is truly prepared for an admin with unlimited free time and absolutely nothing to lose.